So guys, let's start the webinar, current job scenarios in India. So let's explore the few numbers: 1784, 1870, and 1969. Do you find any pattern in these numbers? Just think a while. These are a quick hint. These are the years in which something has happened. And there is a similarity in all three. In these 3 years, three major breakthrough has happened. And those are, the different industrial revolution. These 3 years are the foundation year of Industrial Revolution 1, 2, and 3. And if you will find a common pattern in this, when this industrial revolution happened, something, the impact of these revolution was huge. The very first and the super common pattern is it has given exponential growth of technologies, and there are a series of technologies which has been innovated in the process, and in collaborative way it has given a shape to industrial revolution 1, 2, and 3. But at the same time, in most of these revolution, we have observed that there is something bad happened to the people who have not adopted changes. Okay, and that was the fall in the employability. Most of the people who didn't adopt technology lost their jobs. There was so if you will find a graph of this is something which is very common there. Now we are in the phase of fourth industrial revolution, and again we can expect that there will be an impact on employability. Okay, and so I'm very sure you all are following the news, and you are aware that we are getting into fourth industrial revolution, and country like India will be having a major role to play into this industrial revolution. So far in industrial revolution 1, 2, 3, country like India has not really participated in a big way. So this industrial revolution can be different from the previous three, and we can be the major player in this. But we need to define what should be the role and responsibility of Indians in this fourth industrial revolution. There are different debates going on. Very recently, Ecovation was part of the entire seminar which has happened in IIT Delhi. Different ministries has also participated in that, and the whole debate has happened that what should be the role of Indian youth in fourth industrial revolution, and that too about the role of engineers into this fourth industrial revolution. So let's move further. I'm Ritesh Singh, and I'm going to handle this webinar for you. I graduated from IIT Delhi in 2012, and in my engineering period, I've started a non-profitable organization that has the core idea of diffusing technology from the engineering colleges to the ground, especially to the bottom of the pyramid of India. After that, after my graduation, I joined Bosch as a senior engineer. I was air system expert there. I grabbed 2 patents for innovation reports there. I served Bosch for a couple of years, and after that, I started research on Indian education system, because there's always there in my bottom of the heart. So I've given 1 year to time to Indian research on Indian education system and finding a common solution that can serve top of the pyramid to the bottom of the pyramid, and then founded Ecovation with my friend Akshat. And in very short span of time, this platform is being used by 700,000 learners, and there are now more than 5,000 to 10,000 educators who are teaching on the platform, from KG level students to people who are preparing for UPSC or are opting for professional courses like machine learning or blockchain. And presently it has expanded globally. Now students from US, other part of the globe, also they are joining Ecovation and doing courses with us. We have won 16 awards, and there are different variety different news articles have covered the success story of Ecovation. So let's start the issue, and let's come into what is the fourth industrial revolution and how it is going to impact country like India and individuals like us. Because this whole revolution, one any other time in past revolution, there are some advantages of that. There are some disadvantages of that for people who have not acted fast. So let's move into this, and let's explore what is there in the fourth industrial revolution. And what so first of all, what is the fourth industrial revolution? So, fourth industrial revolution will be different from the previous three, and it is generally defined as it's an emerging of technological breakthrough in the sector of robotics, in the sector of automation, in the sector of Internet of Things, and very massively the technological breakthrough in machine learning, where it is going to change the game of development. So far, country like India was severely dependent on service industry, and we all know how our economy is dependent on service industry. This is changing now. Machine learning is eliminating the need of human dependency, and that's where machines are getting know-how of human brain. I mean, they are thinking and they are learning fast, right? And they are acting in place of humans. So they're a human, and one of the example is in front of you. And so on the very left hand side, in the example of robotics, you are seeing Sophia. She got the nationality. This is the level of development or intelligence we have developed in robotics and in robots. And I'm not sure if you are aware of, she is now addressing folks. She was in India also. Why I'm using instead of it she? Because this robot can think, can act, have emotions. She came to India, she delivered a speech in IIT Bombay, and you will be surprised that everyone who were there in the conference will never realize that the speaker is a robot and not a human. She was that perfect. She has had that emotion, and the way she delivered the speech, I mean, it was almost not just almost like human, it was like human, standing on stage and delivering the lecture. So this is the level we have achieved in field of technology, and that is what in a collaborative way, these are the technological breakthroughs which are going to define the fourth industrial revolution. Now, point is where we are, and as an individual, are we the part of it? Are we serving it? Are we the innovator who are going to define these breakthroughs and leading this fourth industrial revolution? That is a question of an hour, not in front of us, but in the front of entire nation who's really, I mean, this time wants to be the leader of fourth industrial revolution, not the follower, but this time early adopter of the technology and innovator of the technology, isn't it? So the question it comes that what kind of an impact it is going to create on our society, on over on global scale. And these are some of the some of the things which we are expecting that this fourth industrial revolution are going to bring it in very short span of time, say next 3 to 4 years. And the very first one is, one of the very complicated domain of medicine is going to be replaced by robots, and robotic will very be very soon. We'll be seeing robotic pharmacist. Moving further, the whole, the way we have started making India, there is a huge possibility in production system where 3D printer is going to come. And now, so in very sooner, in very coming future, we'll see car getting manufactured through 3D printed mechanisms. Then most of the consumer products which we use will be built by 3D printers. 90% of the population with the regular that, and so point at present there are, the number is fewer, but in very coming future we can expect that 90% of the global population will be connected to mobile internet. And the way, this sort of we are on the front face of this, where country like India at present is having 40 crore population at present in India is using mobile internet. And we'll be the second largest country, and the fastest growing country in mobile internet uses. So that's something where we are in front of all the national nations which are out there at global level. Moving further, and another important part where companies like Google or say Uber is working towards of bringing driverless cars, and in the very near future of 2 to 3 years, we can expect that we'll be having 10% of our cars driverless. And that is something which is where different companies are working, and they've spent thousands of crores on in this innovation, and they have innovated it with there, where in many of the cities this is now into a trial phase, and people are running these cars on road, and those pilots were successful. Very important part again in medicine and technology area, where we can expect very soon that even livers kind of the organs, the human, the body organs will be 3D printed and can be transplanted in human body. This is the kind of innovation we are thinking of when we are thinking of fourth industrial revolution. Moving ahead, we can expect that 50% of internet traffic will go into the uses of home appliances and devices, and that's where the application of internet of things comes. So continuously different educators on equation is emphasizing on robotics, on machine learning, on internet of things, and this is where it comes. Different people are talking about it. 15%, so this is one of the number which is going to be come in front of us within the span of 4 to 5 years. Very last, very important, the first AI machine on a corporate board of directors you will expect. So where presently we are seeing smart people sitting in the boardroom of different corporate companies, there they'll start inviting AI machines will come and can teach people on their next strategy to win the business market. This will be the depth of technology in coming time. Now we have to decide where we are landing up onto, and what will be our role. Do we want to become an innovator, or do we want to become a follower of all of these technology? Apart from all these positive developments which will happen, countries like India will, if they'll not innovate, they'll face major consequences. And that will be, people will start losing jobs as service sector or human dependency are getting decreased. Effects have started. You can start seeing the effect where major companies, major bulk hiring companies have stopped. They have stopped hiring from colleges. Instead of 300, 400 hirings from one colleges, they have restricted their number to 40s, 50s. And in coming future, we'll see that this number will further decrease. So where the job will come from and what we will be doing after doing engineering, definitely we will not be going to the service sector. And if not going to the service sector, then what? Then we need to, upskill ourselves. What should be the role of India in fourth industrial revolution? We now cannot stick to the service sector. That is dying out. We have seen that. We cannot now serve first world. It's time to innovate. Do not limit yourself to service. It's time to innovate. The question is how. The same way we, so the softwares which are getting used at the global level, most of those softwares are developed by Indians. These Facebooks, these Googles, smartest engineers of India are devoting their time to those companies and building the smartest algorithms. Now the approach should be changed. Now we need to think about the nation, about bringing innovation home and starting these smart ideas in house rather than going to abroad and serving again to the companies who are going to lead this. So if we really want to play an important role in fourth industrial revolution, we really have to trust on innovation. We really have to devote time to creative learning, to build products, and to take these products on field. The important role of country will be defined only if people like us will start learning, will start building, and then start sustaining those ideas at the college. Now, I mean, I'm not sure if you are aware of the different companies who are hiring from colleges are now not the bulk recruiters. Now they are startups, and these startups expect you to deliver from day one. And if you will not be prepared for that, it will create a great hassle for you, and it will be difficult. The situations will be difficult for you to find good jobs for you. So that's where you have to learn from the initial phase of engineering. You have to start working on industrial project from your engineering days, and then the product which you are making in those period has to be taken to the masses where they can use it, where they can give feedback to you, where they can improve life using those products. And that's where the understanding will be realized to us. That's where India will start producing people like Mark Zuckerberg or Steve Jobs, right? We need to bring those culture to our Indian education system, and then only we can stand a lead position on in fourth industrial revolution. The sectors which are defining, again I'm going to repeat, it's robotics, it's automation, it's cloud computing, it's 3D printing, internet of things, and machine learning. So there are very limited number of sectors. Again, the depth is huge, immense. So even though it just looks 6 words to you, but this is the future that is going to define your journey in life, that is going to define you as an inventor or you as a server to the first world. If you want to become developed, we also, if as a nation we want to become developed, we have to take a lead position in these technology. As you all know that now gold is not the money, the money is in data, the money is into technology. So if we have the power, if we want to become the biggest nation of the of the globe, we really have to achieve, strengthen all these technologies. The question is how we are going to do it. Absolutely not by sticking to the curriculum only. You have to study what is there in curriculum, but you really have to discover knowledge from the outside. There are platforms like Ecovation where you can go in and can explore these knowledge, learn from it, and can deliver best results. Okay, so the question comes how Ecovation will be helpful to you in this entire program. And as a highly innovated company, we at Ecovation has become the early adopter of the technology. We have ensured the adaptive learning mechanism into Indian education system that helped many of the CAT aspirants. I'm not sure if you are aware of. We have started a Super 50 program in CAT 2016 and 2017. Out of 50 people, 43 people got 98 plus percentile. This is the kind of success we are getting. More than 1,000 people qualified JEE mains examination, and this has all happened with least manual intervention, more of technology. You know, Chavi, day before yesterday, Chavi Gupta, she is a 100 percentile holder of CAT 2017. She came to the office of Ecovation and she said that she was looking for a similar platform for so long time. She discovered Ecovation and she acknowledged this in her own words. So this is the kind of technology we are using, and this so how Ecovation will be helpful at individual level to you to give strength to the nation with ensuring upskilling of each and every individual. Ecovation, as I said, it's a biggest engineering students forum, and where more than 250,000 engineering students are the part of the different programs of Ecovation. It's the biggest learning platform for engineering student, and there are wide offerings for engineering students. The very first, we run. The blog which updates you on each and every innovation happening in field of engineering. That is engineering.ecovation.com. You should read each and every article of engineering.ecovation.com. It is going to enhance your knowledge like anything. We help you in updating yourself on different technology. We help you in building your basic skills in different segments. So that's where you will learn from engineering.ecovation.com. The very second is we run engineering forum on Ecovation app. There is a group code given here, 382195. You can discuss your projects, you can discuss your doubts, you can discuss anything on this, and that will be helpful for you. Anytime you can ask any question, and that will be helpful to you. Okay. Moving ahead, there are different variety of courses which are running on on Ecovation's platform. That's professional courses, from starting from the basic of C programming, C++, Java, data structure, Python, Android. So the variety of courses are there on the platform, which you can go to the ecovation.com and explore these courses. Moving ahead, so you can see the cutting edge courses like machine learning, blockchain, self-driving car. Those courses are also there on the platform. So I'll suggest you, all of you, to start building key skills in yourself. That will be very helpful to all of you, and that is where you will become a leader in, and then start, so that's where your journey will start, and you will start discovering and innovating in key skills where Internet of Things is future. And there is a course on Ecovation where we give kits to you. You can use those kits to build live projects. There will be instructors who can help you one-to-one basis, where you can learn from those instructors. So this is the kind of, so there'll be, all of these courses will be a certification course. This is one of the most popular course of Ecovation, which is in machine learning. So you can go and subscribe this course and can learn from it. The biggest advantage is you're going to learn key skills from it. There'll be all of these certification courses going to boost your CV like anything. And being an Ecovation alumni, you will get mentorship from the best brain of India. There'll be 100% internship, and there'll be job assistance as well. So guys, so intelligence is the ability to is the ability to adapt to change. This is one of the very great quote by the most famous scientist who we lost, last week. So that's something which we really have to understand. So and start adapting to change, start learning from this, and the future is waiting for you. So let's move further. And if there is any question from your side, just post in the comment, and you will be getting a response from my side. Thank you so much for attending the webinar. I'm looking forward to have you as a equation alumni